a take one. We're going to do a full run through. All cameras should be sunk on this.
Good morning, Facebook family and friends, my faithful loyal YouTube subscribers. Today is May 31st, the year 2018. So I released two new videos yesterday, both for interviews. One did with the Gaurdian earlier this year, and one I did with Eric Dillard, who's a local comedian, activist / personality here in the Atlanta metropolitan area. The purpose of those videos were, those interviews we discussed my thoughts and views on HIV. It was just rather shocking that I'm just a regular YouTuber who posts my opinions on a public forum. And some people like my opinions, some people don't like my opinions. Some people think I'm not politically correct and I'm politically incorrect on my thoughts about HIV, which is the craziest mess in the whole wide world. I'm not going to sit here and say the vast majority of these guys, the HIV epidemic that's raging through Atlanta and the South, are just about in every black gay community, and that is eventually going to cross over into the black straight community, and it's going to do some very serious damage over the next few years. I will not allow them to say this is because of systematic racism, the systematic political and lack of education, racism, anything. The bottom line is HIV is spread by unprotected sex. That's it. There's no other way around it. The United States government is not about to stand in nobody's bedroom and stand over you and make sure you use a condom or monitor your sexual partners. So I'm going to front load that video again in front of this because I want you all to watch that interview again. But again, the situation here in Atlanta in regards to HIV has not gotten better. Just this year alone, they've had multiple deaths here at Grady Hospital where young men died of AIDS here in Atlanta. Why is this continuing to go forward? The bottom line is ignorance, flat out ignorance. And I don't even know how it's possible to educate somebody on something they already know about. You already know to put a seatbelt on before you get into your car. You already know if you go dancing out and playing around on the middle of a highway, you will get ran over and hit by a car. So with that said, I don't know if it makes sense to continue to blame this on education when the fact of the matter is it's so many people are already educated on HIV. So many people are educated on HIV. Unless you're coming from Mars, unless you just flew in from Mars in the past 48 hours, you might not know about what HIV is and how to contract it, what it can do to you. But if you've been living in the United States, I can assure you, if you have been living in the United States in the past 20, 30 years, you know what HIV is and you know how to contract it. Anything else would be a lie. If somebody walked into this room and said, I never knew about HIV, you never knew about HIV. You literally sat at home in a closet with no access to any TV, radio, billboards, music, nothing. You have no access. That's the only way I would believe that you were locked up in some institution someplace and the niggas had you locked up so deep in that institution you didn't even know nothing about it. Other than that, you lied through your damn teeth. We all know about HIV and how you contract it and how to protect yourself. So it was kind of disappointing. Okay, so in the video, they did edit things around my conversation. This is why I wish I had recorded my own version of that, which is what I had started to do. So I would have had my copy of it and you all could have saw the original tape. I was with that reporter for an entire day. There were scenes we did where we drove around in my car. We were all through in Midtown. We had these long conversations. They chose a very small snippet. That conversation on my front porch was actually an hour and a half long, but you guys only saw about 3 minutes of it. So, and they edited it, and the way that I didn't like the edit because, in particular, the conversation part about white gay couples and blacks not wanting relationships, they they sliced those conversations together, and where it seemed it's that because that was not the conversation we were having in its complete form. I wish I could get a copy of the complete form. And I'm not trying to say they did anything malicious or anything like that. It just the edit was not accurate in what I was saying in regards to relationships. So it looks like I was saying the reason why people have HIV spreading through the community is because we don't have lack of relationships, and that was not what I was saying, because they edited it. The edit is just not the edit that they chose to do, and the really slice those conversations together makes it seem as if that's what I was saying, and that's not accurate. So I just want to throw that out there. But I'm not going to sit here and allow people to keep blaming HIV on everything but yourself. I am responsible for my health. I am responsible for everything that's happening to my body. I make decisions regarding my health every single day. Am I going to make some coffee? Am I going to eat this hamburger? Am I going to go to the gym? Am I going to do an hour on the treadmill? Am I going to go? You make decisions about your health every single day. Am I going to have another drink? I've already had 2. Should I have a 3rd? Every time when I say drink like an alcoholic beverage, we all make decisions every single day about our health, including right down to who you're having sex with, how you're going to have sex, when you're going to have sex, and if you're going to use a condom when having sex. Those are decisions that we all are making. Nobody's going to force you to have sex without a condom unless you're being raped or kidnapped or assaulted of some sort. If you are getting in bed willingly having sex with some man, woman without a condom, then you're putting yourself at risk. And the only person who is responsible for whatever happens, the consequences of what happens next, is you. Because you made that decision. And some people don't want to accept personal responsibility for some odd reason. I just find it strange. Odd almost that so many people they blame everything on everyone else except themselves. Everyone else is responsible for the things that are happening in life. Though that young man who's 25 years of age in that video who has contracted HIV, he knew about HIV. He'd been tested for the 3 years. He was getting tested every 3 to 6 months. Did he slip up and make a mistake and not use a condom? Possibly. But he knew. So when he messed up and didn't use that condom, he took a risk. And the consequences of his risk that particular night or evening, morning, whenever it happened, the consequences of that risk was that he contracted HIV. I know a shitload of people living with HIV. A shitload. And when I have conversations with these individuals, they're always the victim. Somebody did this, or this happened, or this took place, or this happened, y'all. I just ordered something from Amazon. Let me grab this package real quick. They pull it up right as we're speaking. Give me a second. And I'm back. So, like I was saying, I know a lot of people I personally know, when it comes to their HIV diagnosis and how they contracted, they want to blame everybody under the sun. I mean, I've heard every story you can possibly imagine. But I never heard, but people don't want to just say, I fucked up. I screwed a boy, I had sex with a man without a condom. We were not practicing safe sex. And I'm responsible for what took place. I'll own up, I'm going to be a man about it and say this is what happened. They don't want to do that. It's a consistent battle to keep blaming someone else for their own personal actions. And I've never understood that. But, let me take that back. I understand it. It's easier to blame somebody else than admit your own fault in certain things in life, whether it's HIV or whatever. It's easy to say it's systematic racism and the system's against me, or I never had a chance. I had strikes against me. It's so much easier than to sit back and say, I fucked up, and I'm responsible for what took place here. It's harder for a person to accept that, because that means being held personally accountable personally accounting for your actions. And people don't want to do that. And regardless of, I mean, if you watch TV, you see the news come on, you see all this crime taking place, there's a lot of blame being passed around for what took place. And it's just a part of a society that we live in today that people just are more, they won't own up to the things that they've done or are responsible. That young man, in that video, the constant trying to blame somebody else in the Gaurdian's video and the question she was asking me about systematic racism and all this stuff, and how they trying to say that that's responsible for this HIV epidemic. It doesn't sit well with me because I think it's false. I don't understand how white folks and racism have to do anything to do who you fucking with. They didn't choose who you have sex with. They certainly didn't tell you not to have access to condoms. You can get condoms all over Atlanta for free. All over America, you can find free condoms. Thousands of them if you need them. The choice to have unprotected sex, knowing that there are STDs out there that could harm you, is your own decision. You can't blame that on somebody else. You have to own up to what you're own. And it's just, I don't get this blame game mess. I just don't get it when I watch that video. It didn't sit well with me. It's disturbing. And that's the reason why HIV has spread so rapidly through Atlanta. These guys will not be held responsible for their actions. They just do it. They don't, without any regard to their own health or anybody else's health for that matter. They got to have it. And they won't be held responsible. So I sit back and I listen, I watch this stuff, and I just say, what is going on in people's heads? Why would they do this? Do they not know what's going on? Atlanta is a very sexually active city. These guys love sex parties, sex clubs, sex this, sex that, sex in the park, sex in the airports, in bathrooms, sex in Lenox Mall's bathrooms, sex in just everywhere. Their minds are warped. So when people say the HIV rate is sky high, I say, I bet that shit is. I never doubted it. I knew because I live here. That's just sky high. But these guys don't care because it's so easy to blame somebody else. Let me get this straight. You blaming systematic racism because you down at Piedmont Park getting fucked in the ass and you ain't using a condom by a complete stranger you can't even see in pitch darkness. What do white folks got to do with you being in pitch black? What do white folks have to, racist white people have to do with you being on all fours in Piedmont Park, your ass tooted up, getting towed up by some man with no condom? That doesn't make sense to me. What do white folks have to do with you sitting up in a sex club, letting 10 niggas run a train on your ass, and ain't nobody picked up a condom yet? What do white folks have to do with you getting on Jack, meeting some nigga with some 18-inch dick that comes over there and fucks the shit out your damn ass, ejaculates in your booty, and walks out the door? You don't even know his name. That's what happens here in this town. And systematic racism ain't got shit to do with the actions where people are getting contracted HIV. I don't hear that shit. The lack of education, the systematic racism, the system's against me. All bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's nonsense. So I probably one of the most disliked people here in Atlanta when it comes to HIV. I see somebody, as soon as I posted some videos, a couple of people posted attack videos yesterday. I ain't got time for these fools since I'm ready to go to the gym and go about my damn day. I don't pay these people no attention. They are idiots here in this town. They love sex so much you can't tell them nothing. They don't want to hear it. Some of the health issues going on here is outrageous. And they don't want to hear it. They want to do what they want to do. The hell with HIV. You always talking about HIV. That's all Walter talk about is HIV. I talk about a lot of stuff. But because I know you, but anyway it goes, they don't want to hear about no damn HIV in Atlanta. They don't want to hear it. But hey, like I said, it's easy to blame systematic racism. And the system's against you. And somebody's out to get you. You're the victim. But you got your ass tooted up at 3 in the morning on your hands and knees at Piedmont Park or holding on to a damn tree and some nigga tearing your ass up without a condom. And whose fault is this again? The racist white folks? Niggas are crazy. But anyway, it is, now let me get off that little video on what I wanted. It is Thursday, May 31st. Thursday, May 31st, this month is over with. Tomorrow will be June 1st. I need to check all these lottery tickets I got in purchase over the past few days, see if I won some money. I don't think I have. Yeah, but I'm going to post the interview again. I want y'all to take a look at it. And tell me your thoughts. Love to hear you all's thoughts and opinions and what you thought, what took place in that video. There's a second interview. I'm going to talk about that too. So, if you like my videos, click like, share them with family members and friends. Like you all thought about this systematic racism that's making folks HIV positive in Atlanta. I'm just like, I ain't buying this. I'm not buying that crap. That's nonsense. But anyway, it is now 12 noon. I need to get the hell up out of here. I got to take a shower and hit it. If you like my videos, click like, share them with family members and friends. Y'all please share my videos. Don't be afraid. I see sometimes people send messages. Can I share this? Yeah, you can share it. Yeah, share it. Share it with everybody you know. And click like and subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate that a lot. Anyway, it is today again, Thursday, May 31st, year 2018. You guys have a great day, and I look forward to reading your comments.
This is a take one. We're going to do a full run through. All cameras should be sunk on this